Alright, so this is part 2 of installing speakers on a 2015 Honda Fit. This is actually the rear door, so I'm going to do that first, and I'll do another video on the front door. So basically, I got my stuff from Crutchfield. The reason why I like Crutchfield is because they give you the wire harness free, so that way you don't have to cut your cables. So this is plug and play. They also give you mounting brackets free too. So you know, as far as I know, they're the only one that does that. So that's why I like using them. Alright, so you saw part 1 where I removed everything. This is part 2. I like to use the baffles just to it helps protect the speaker, but also I think it sounds a little bit better, a little more solid. Instead of in here it sounds kind of hollow. So I like doing that. So with my baffle, I cut a little slot on bottom, slip the wires through. Right. That way I can attach my speakers. These are some Nakamichis. The reason why I got these is because they had a low RMS rating. I'm still using the factory stereo. I'm gonna keep the factory stereo because it's so integrated into everything else, into the whole system. Alright, so now it's just a matter of attaching the wires. Excuse me, attaching the back of the speakers here. There's the cables. Make sure you push them all the way in until you hit the click. I like to bend these so that it's more this way. That way it clears everything. Right. Okay. Feed them through. And clip this in. Everything to be pointed down the way it moves, so water doesn't get into it. Hopefully water doesn't get into it. Everything's pointed down. Oops, you know what I forgot? I forgot the mount. Let's jump this real fast. The mount on, so the mount's on this way. Actually, no, it's this way. There we go. Oh, I got this in. Make sure you push the foam all the way in. It gets hung up. The foam gets hung up on the speaker mount. Okay. I'll even it up as best I can. Okay. So here, since the hole right here, this is the original hole where that screw was. I look to use a little poker and I poke a hole through there. Let's see. Maybe I should bring this foam up. Oh, I almost poked a hole through my speaker. Okay. Okay. This hole through. Alright. Now I'm going to run my screw here. We're going to do that easier. driver, take it easy on this thing on the lowest setting, real slow, real easy. Otherwise things will start stripping. You don't want that. Can't find it. Can you look back here? There it is. It's a tad bit out of alignment. Let me do it in by hand first. It's always easier to do it in by hand initially. Funny thing about these mount is that this mount doesn't fit it perfectly. It's a little bit off. Basically, the holes, how it lines up, it's actually the stock hole is actually closer to each other than this mount is. So the mount is actually further apart. So you actually have to you have to flex the mount a little bit. But that's okay. It works. Looks pretty good. Okay. So let me go a little bit further. Key is not to screw this all the way in yet. Okay. Now, look for the other holes. So the other holes you'll be using is this one right here, this one over here, this one, and this one. So basically these four. So one of the things I did with these screws, originally these screws were actually longer, but actually I cut them down with my little fencing pliers here. I used this little spot over here, the fencing plier, to cut this down. I cut off maybe, I don't know, maybe an eighth, or a little bit over an eighth of an inch off of it. Just because if you don't, what happens is the screw is so long, it's actually longer than the plastic mount. So you actually hit your metal door here if you don't do that. And I don't want to hit the metal door. Okay. Goes in. So now I'm trying to line up my hole as best I can. Eyeball the hole in the back. So I think I got it right there. My first shot. Hopefully this will fit right in there. Okay, looks like it's just about right. So be careful of your surround on your speaker. Don't poke a hole through that. Okay, got it in. And the second one is this one over here. It's about right there. Somewhere in there. I can't find a hole. Where's that hole? Oh, there it is. It's a little off actually. Tap it off. Just a tap it off. So I'm going to have to angle this next one down just a tiny bit. Down and in a little bit. So they don't line up perfectly. Okay, then for these other two up here. There. Okay, perfect. That's a perfect one right there. Okay, notice that I don't screw all of these in yet. I'm gonna wait till I get everything in first. Then I will screw it in. Again, be careful of this rubber around here. You don't want to punch a hole through that. Okay. So let's just take it real easy on this next part here. I don't want to. What happens is these screw heads are so small that the head will actually slip through the hole, the mounting hole for the speaker. So you have to be careful of that. And as it gets tighter, you actually see the frame of the speaker here actually bend in a little bit. That's pretty much your sign to tell you to, you know, don't go any further than that, basically. Almost a little bit too much there. Okay, so that's basically how you stick everything, how you stick the speaker on. Before you put everything back, make sure you turn it on, test it out, and make sure that it sounds, that you hear it. You know, that way you can check to see if it's still connected. Okay, so part 3 is going to be putting everything back.